Alright guys, we're here at Harris Farm. We're going to be showing you a grocery haul, the best kind of produce to get, the best quality food to get to be optimally healthy. I'm going to show you like basically a week of what I eat. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so here we have some honey. Now this is going to be raw honey. You see here, raw honey. Oh, it's sticky. Basically, a lot of people think this has like actually proper medicinal properties. All it really is just a lot of sugar, and it's a lot worse than fruit, especially if you're, drinking it like some people do. If you like my content and you're serious about fixing your health, then click the link in the description and you can check out my school community. Because it doesn't have any fiber, which is gonna, stop some of the sugar absorption and slow it down, so you're not getting a lot of glycation happening. But with honey, it's not like that. So you're gonna have a lot of glycation, a lot of damage to your tissues that's happening. And there are a few enzymes in here, but it's nothing really significant that you have to go out of your way to consume this. Overall, I would say consuming honey is a net negative, actually. All right, so if you guys are looking for a cheese, a lot of these cheeses are gonna be pasteurized, and a lot of them are gonna be A1 dairy. So it's gonna probably be quite hard in your gut and maybe inflammatory. Something that a lot of people will promote as a good option for cheese is gonna be Parmigiano Reggiano. Let me find where that is. This one. A lot of people will say Parmigiano Reggiano is a very good option for raw cheese, and although it is made with raw milk, there are some better options because this is going to be, quite salty, and you want to keep your sodium level like kind of low in comparison to potassium. Not that salt is inherently bad, but you can overconsume salt to where those minerals are quite imbalanced. So a better option would be Comte or Comte. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but this is going to be a lot less salty, or Gruyere. These two are both made with raw milk. Just make sure this one doesn't have the AOP, but this one does. Make sure it has the AOP. See there, it says AOP, or sometimes it will say DOP depending on the cheese. That just means it's authentic and actually made in Italy or France, wherever it's made, meaning they do use raw milk actually. And another option would be something like one of these blue cheeses, but only if it has that mark of authenticity. This Roquefort AOP, see it's made with raw sheep's milk, and sheep's milk is always A2A2 protein, so that's going to be a little bit better for your digestion, a little bit easier to digest than a normal cow's milk cheese. Alright, so now we're in the meat section, the most important section, and we're going to skip over all of this chicken, even though it says free range on it. You can see here it says free range. Doesn't really mean much in terms of it being healthy. That's basically just a marketing term. Something like this would be decent because it's antibiotic free, but the thing is these are still fed a lot of corn and soy, so they're going to have heaps of linoleic acid in that fat, which is not optimal. And then we're also going to skip over all this nitrate and nitrite pork. You can see we got some kangaroo here. This is quite a good meat because it is wild, but it's extremely lean. It has zero fat, so it's not going to be very good to give you a lot of energy. And we're going to go to this right here. You can see how yellow this fat is, and this is because the cow's been eating grass all its life. That yellow pigment is called beta carotene. It's a signal that the cow is actually properly healthy and it's eating its natural diet, so it's going to be very nutrient dense. And you can see this rump is only $15 a kilo. That's an amazing price for such high quality meat. So we're going to be getting some of this, and potentially we'll get some bone marrow because this is a very good fat source. It's rich in a lot of amino acids, collagen amino acids like glycine, lysine, proline, hydroxyproline. So we'll be picking up some of that. Lamb is also a very good option. It's very nutrient dense because it is red meat, and it still was very saturated in terms of the fat. The fat is still very saturated compared to unsaturated like chicken or pork. So with looking for dairy, you want to look for A2 dairy, and we can see here this is A2 milk, but it is going to be like quite ultra pasteurized and homogenized. You want to optimally look for completely raw milk, and you can see this raw milk has been trending quite a lot recently. Technically it's raw because it hasn't been heat treated. They do treat it by pressurizing the bottle, and it is going to kill like all of those probiotic bacteria, and a lot of the enzymes, even though it says rich in vitamins and enzymes, it is still going to kill some of those enzymes and nutrients that are beneficial from raw milk. But it is a good option compared to a lot of these other milks. It is going to digest a lot easier. It is A2 because it comes from Jersey cows, and it is going to be richer in vitamins and enzymes like it says. So it is a good option, but I prefer fully raw milk. Unfortunately, they don't have it here. And also, you're going to be picking up some unsalted grass-fed butter. Grass-fed because it's going to be more nutritious, and unfortunately they don't have any raw butter here, and my raw butter source has gone MIA recently, so we're going to pick up some unsalted grass-fed butter. And you know, a lot of these heart healthy butters, right, it's literally just hydrogenated refined seed oils, full of oxidation end products, which literally build up the plaque in your arteries and lead to heart disease, ironically, because they say that they're heart healthy and your saturated fat clogs your arteries, but really it's the other way around. And you don't want to avoid cholesterol. Saturated fat and cholesterol is very important to have in your diet for your hormones and for your energy production, and to build up those cell membranes very strong. So we're going to be picking up some unsalted grass-fed butter as well. Alright guys, what we ended up getting was some bone marrow, and I just got this out to basically cook it because I'm not really sure if it's grass-fed or not. But anyway, but actually more importantly, whether it's unmedicated, because a lot of the toxins, a lot of the medications can store in the bone marrow. We also got some Comté cheese made with raw cow's milk and some unsalted grass-fed butter. Got this whole bone-in lamb rack with this nice fat cap, very good. Lamb is super nice. And we also got some clearly grass-fed beef right here, some rump. This is about 2 kilos. We got this for $14.99 a kilo, which is crazy. So this might last me like 3 or 4 days actually. Like I meant to do a week shop, but yeah, I'm going to be eating most of this raw. So it's important to source your food, especially well if you're eating it raw. And it's important that you get the most nutrient dense foods you can. Yeah. So guys, thanks for watching.